get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. I promise you, man, he popped B. Bow! Caught B right in his mouth. B was like, oh, you wanna fight? Oh, you wanna fight? Come on, let's fight then. Come on, let's fight. He was like, get your cell open in. Get your cell open in. I was like, man, I'm looking at B like, man, what are you doing, B, man? Like, chill, B, man. B was like, get your cell open. He told the little young dude he messed with in the sleeping cell. Told him, he said, get your door open. Get your door open. You wanna fight? Come on. Get your door open. I'm like, so now everybody watching the jump, man. Everybody looking like, yo, the Norfolk boys wilding. What the Norfolk boys got going on? I'm like, I'm just in the middle. Pause for no reason. I don't got nothing to do with this. I don't have nothing to do with this, man. I'm looking at the jump like, he like, get the door open. Come on. Dude like, hey, open 21. Dude from Norfolk open the door. Yeah, push. The door open up. This word, B on the jump. B was like, he took his burning shirt off. He was like, come on. That's what you gonna do. You gonna sucker punch me. Let's get it then. Let's get it then. This word, he went over there by the red team members. Red team members was like they talking to him. I'm like, I walk over the joint. I went on by the door. You know what I mean? I'm looking like, word, I put my foot on the door and everything. Like the door was open, so I'm like behind the door, in front of the door, and I put my foot on the joint like I'm chilling. I'm just like, red team members come over there. This word, young boy, come over there too. Young boy, come over there, tie his boots up. Young boy was like, man, I guess he was telling him about it, man. Oh, got me messed up. Walk over there. You get to the door. You like, yo, come on. Come on in here. 1-on-1. You come over here. Everybody was like, man, just let him fight and close the door. Forget that junk, man. This word, young boy was about to go in the joint. B was like, I'm gonna close the door and put the cut up. This family business. The red team members was like, nah, you ain't closing no door and putting no cut up. Yeah, you can close the door. You ain't putting no cut up. B was like, man, it's family business, man. The young boy turned around. Nephew was like, man, you good? You good? He was like, you sure? He like, yeah, you good? This word, he closed the door, boom, threw the cut up, boom. That's all you heard was, boom, boom, man, I promise you, man, that fight sounded so crazy in the blind. I was like, I'm standing behind the door like, everybody, I looked at the red team member dude, he was like, man, they was in there rumbling hard. You hear me? Man, that jump was sounding like they was rumbling for their life. I was like, oh, I'm listening to that jump like, boom, 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 boom. Come on. I'm like, man, this jump crazy, man. So they stayed in there like 5 minutes. They was like, yo, the CEO next door doing rounds. Dude was on the top tier by the booth. He said, they next door on the top tier doing rounds. They coming over here next. I was like, yo. I was like, B. I was like, yo, B. Dude was like, all you heard was something like this. Hey, open the door. I was like, he was like, open the 21. And I was like, look, B was on the floor like this. I was like, oh, B up. This word, young boy, come on. He looked like he wanted to say, you want something too? Word, if he would have said that, I was like, no. But for real, like, I ain't had no reason to rumble him. Like, I had no reason to rumble him, man. Real talk, man. Look, B laid out. I told him, I said, yo, B. I rolled him over. He was like, oh, he had like a little gash over his eyebrow. He was like, this the noise he made when he rolled over. He was like, oh, man. I said, yo, you good, yo? I said, you all right? He was like, oh. He moved my hand. He was like, I said, sit up, bro. I put him back against the boxes. I was like, you good, bro? He was like, yeah. I let my nephew beat me. I was like, bro, listen, he's younger, bro. Like, you was a maniac like him 10 years ago, bro. I said, now it's his time, bro. Like, the ball always gets passed, bro. I said, what you think this is? He was like, Same time, Weezy, I said, nah, bro, get up, man. Come on, man, get out the cell, man. I said, about to do a round. He was like, get me up. I was like, my old boy came out. I was like, man, grab his arm. He was like, came out. We was like, we look like dude on house party one. We about to take him to his house after he drunk. We like, get him out. We like, we take him over there. Dude was like, yo, get him away from the cell, man. He was like, yo, sit him on the table. We sat him on a little bench. They got benches in the parks. We sit him on the bench. He like, right there, no too far from the fight. This word, I look up at Nephew adrenaline still running. He just looking at him like, I could attack you right now and you will lose. Yeah, just for that. I'm giving you a pass because you my uncle. That's the only reason. So this word be sitting on the bench, be like, I said, bro, catch your breath, man. I said, man, get him some water, man. Somebody get him some water. He was like, he was drinking the water with two hands. He was like, he was like, little young dude, pack a hard punch. I said, you think? I said, man, look right here. He was like, I said, I touched it kind of. I ain't mean to. I was just pointing. I was trying to point. I was like, look right there. He was like, man, I had blood. And I was like, look right there, bro. I said, bro, you might gotta go get that checked out. He was like, is it deep? I was like, man, I don't know. He was like, no, we gotta fight again. I was like, yo, bro, listen, bro. I know you done knocked out a lot of people, man. I said, but at the end of the day, bro, like everybody gets older. I'm not saying you can't beat the young boy, man. I said, man, but look, just let it go, bro. I said, just let it go, man. I said, you was wilding anyway. I said, hey, y'all rumble one-on-one. He said, no, we gotta keep rumbling till it's over with. I said, man, you can't do that. That's your family, man. That's your family, man. That's your family. Like, what you talking about? What you gonna do, bro? He was like, so you telling me I was wrong? I said, yes. Everybody started coming over there like, yeah, bro, you was wrong, man. My man had him the joint. They got the ice. He put some ice in like a t-shirt, you know what I mean? Got the joint. He's like, yo, bro, put that on your eye, bro. You know what I mean? It's the top door open up. He on the top tip and we down here. So I blocked him. You know what I mean? I said, like, when I see him walk by, he just gonna see my back. He ain't gonna see B sitting on the bench right there. So I'm like this. He do a round on the top tip right there. I turn back around like, yo, bro. I said, man, look, let's keep that joint on your eye, man. Like, real talk, that joint look bad, bro. He was like, man. He was like, look, man, I taught him well. I taught him how to fight. Yeah, I taught him how to fight before I got locked up. I said, man, I know you're trying to take the credit for that knockout. He's like, stop joking, Weezy. I said, all right, man, look. I said, you good, man. I said, man, as I'm saying that, all you hear is Nephew pull up. Nephew was like, hey, look, you good? He was like, hey, man, look, man, I ain't no pushover, man. Like, that's all I know is defense, like, I'm a fight, Like, I'm gonna fight for whatever, like, I don't care. Like, that's just all I know. I don't know nothing else. Like, you called me out, I love you, but you called me out. He was like, we good, man. We good, man. He was like, you sure, man? He was like, yeah, we good, man. He was like, you ain't gonna shake my hand? He was like, B looked at that giant. I ain't gonna lie, B looked at it. He was like, you ain't gonna shake my hand. B was like, he was like, look, we good, huh? He was like, yeah, we good. He said, so you ain't gonna mind me if I'm on the red team? He was like, oh, you still gonna do that? He was like, man, come on, there you go, man. I'm a grown man. Let me make my own decisions, man. He was like, all right, man. All right, man. I'm gonna let it be, man. Like, you just gotta do you, man. You just gotta do you, man. You know what I mean? Like, but look, man, like, don't take this overboard, man. This is what happened right here, man. Like, it happens to the best of us, man. Like, you threw a punch, it hit me, I tripped and fell. You got on top of me and started hitting me some more, and I let you get me. You know what I mean? He was like, oh, that's what happened for real, though, That's what happened for real, no, You bit for the right hand, I came with the left hand. Destroyed you, What you talking about, You bit for the left hand, I was like, I'm looking at that BB like, man, you all right, man. You know what I mean? So they squashed the beef. They squashed the beef and let it go. And I ain't even gonna lie, man. Like, it was unnecessary beef because for one, it was Norfolk on Norfolk. And for two, man, you can't tell bro how to live his life, y'all. So boom. You gotta let Nephew live his life the way he gonna live his life, man. So Nephew just became a dude in the pod that just was an all-around young lunatic, man. Like, he was the one in the pod that they would send to do the dirty work. And he didn't care about it. I'm promising y'all, man, he did not. But because he always used to step up when it was time to do this and time to do that. Now y'all gotta understand, like the red team really didn't have no enemies except basically their self and probably a Crip here and there, or probably somebody from the blue team here and there. Like they really didn't have no enemies around. Like if you from your city, you still messing with dudes from your city or whatever the case, man. But like when it used to be time for them to put in work, they would make sure they super duper demonstrate because it was a lot of them. Now I mean, now that they have a super young boy maniac on their team now, man, and Nephew, like, it's like they kind of gave them a better edge of having like a major rumbler, because whenever there was problems, he's definitely going to step up and be the guy that rumbles, man. He didn't care about that, man. And I remember it was a dude, man, that came in the joint, man, and he was saying that he was with the red team, and I don't know what with this young boy, I don't know what his problem was, but for real, the young boy was fried. The young boy was fried, man, and like they G-checked him crazy, and like his G-check went left. His G-check went all the way left. And when I looked, they was G-checking him on the yard. By the time he came back in the pod, he was talking to the main red team member, and he was talking to Nephew. Now, if you talking to main red team member and you talking to Nephew, and everybody's faces look like they're angry, that means it's about to be trouble, about to get crazy, y'all. So boom. So I see the little young boy, he trying to explain, he like, yeah. So I walk by here and say, yeah, look, my big homie is from such and such, da. So dudes like, yo, so he talking to some dudes like, he talking to dudes on our pod, and there's dudes on them fits across from them that's red team members. So he talking to them, and they like, yo, who was that? We don't even know who that is. Like, the person you saying, we don't even know. We never heard of, and his G-check is going wrong. So he like, man, look, that's who I bang. Like, I bang. They said, like, so look, this the options you got. You either put down your flag, because you ain't banging. Your set is fugazi. We don't know who your set is. So you either put down your flag or you gonna get beat right now. You know what I mean? So dude like, man, like for real, that ain't right. I gotta put down. So it was like he didn't say he was or he didn't say he wasn't. Long story short, we going back to the pod. So I promise you, we get back to the pod, man. Next thing you know, you see, when I walk in the pod, you can hear the fight. You can hear the joint. I look, all I see is the cut up in cell 16 where the red team member sleep at. I look. They in that joint putting in work, man. That's my word. They put in, man. They in that joint, whoever they're putting in work. But I'm looking at all the red team members in the pod. I'm like, everybody in the pod. But the cut up, I'm like, this is my word. That cut come down. Man, that's all you see was Nephew coming out of that joint. Nephew was like, hey, get him out of here. Get him out of here. You seen a dude pulling him out. This is where they pull a dude out. Left him by the steps. They beat him till his brains went in, y'all. So boom. They ain't beat him that bad, man, but they beat him enough for he to be unconscious, laying right there. They beat him all the way right. He was right there laying by the steps, man. They punished him. Man, they punished him, man. Next thing you know, see the police come in, lock down, everybody locked down. My word, like the police coming that jump, they looking for multiple of dudes that whooped this dude. Man, they locked up like 2-3 red team members, but not Nephew. Nephew made it through. And he was the one that thrashed him. But the way he got thrashed, it looked like he got thrashed. It looked like he got punished by like 5 people. That's what it looked like, man. So Nephew was in that joint, putting that work in for the red team. That's who he became, man. That's who he was the whole time this was going on. Like B stopped speaking on it, man. And for real, him and B stopped speaking as much as they used to speak. It never was nothing like that, man. Like for real. It never, after that situation of him beating up B, man, kind of like, it just like B just kind of like, he would talk to him slightly, but he wasn't messing with bro, man. And like, since B wasn't messing with him, I just let him be a red team member. He knew I was from Norfolk. I knew he was from Norfolk, but we didn't really talk like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, we weren't that much far in age. But me and him had nothing in common. And like, for real, he definitely was a goon. And I ain't gonna lie, he probably can fight better than me. Now, I really didn't want to get into it with this psycho. Because if he was like, he beat me up, I would have had to go get a weapon on your dude. I ain't gonna lie, man. So like, I wasn't worried about that though. Like, I would never cross his path or nothing like that. His uncle just being a maniac. So that's why they ended up fighting. But still though, man, like I just was still though, man, just looking at B though, like I know for a fact B was still feeling some type of way. Even though he went and admitted, he still was feeling some type of way, but he had to let it go. He couldn't keep getting in the middle of what Nephew life was gonna be, man. Nephew wanna be part of the red team, y'all, so boom. So out of nowhere, man, y'all know they just locked up 3 dudes from the red team. So it was like they was kind of like the winner and out. So like they started shipping them, a few dudes started disappearing, and next thing you know, it was only another dude, and then it was Nephew in the pod that was the red team members, which was unusual in a pod like this. Now, it was a lot of other dudes in there, but it wasn't a lot of red team members at 4D at this particular time. But a lot of them went to the hole, a lot of them got shipped. He was just a lucky one that never went like that. So for real, like I kind of just stopped like thinking about him. Like I stopped caring. I stopped even looking his direction, man. Like, he was just an all-around goon. That's all he cared about. He didn't care about nothing else. He didn't care about doing nothing else, man. So I kind of just let Nephew live his life. And I'm kind of glad B did too, man. Like, that beat, that butt whooping that he took from his nephew, that kind of humbled B a little bit, man. He became somebody, you know, play casino. He started playing pinochle over here with the other old heads. Like, Nephew beat him into a real old head, man. Like, that's what it looked like, man, because me and B would kick it, but like, he was just like boring after that. He wouldn't want to, like how he used to be always talking junk, he wasn't with that type of time no more, man. So like, B was majorly humble. B was majorly humble on the jump, man. And he forgot about his nephew. Like, he stopped talking and like, dude was just in the pod and I wouldn't even see him no more. So time has went by. Time has went by, y'all. I'm gonna fast forward to take probably about 3 months. About 3 months coming in the pod. It's like, I don't know if Nephew kind of gave up on being a member or what. I don't know what it was. Like, you know what I mean? But prison is so weird and we got so many twists and turns and this way, that way, pause, all type of stuff going on. But at the end of the day, man, like, you never know what's gonna happen, man. And like, as much as we forgot about Nephew and what he was doing in his life, we never even noticed who his cellie was when we was in the pod after a while. Now, he done had a few cellies since he done been over there, you know what I mean, in our pod. But like, this particular dude that he's in the cell with, I never paid it no mind. I never paid it no mind, man. But like he used to kind of like, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Like, they never would, the dude looked like a regular black dude. Like, that's what the dude looked like, his roommate. His roommate looked like a regular brown skin, just like a regular type face type of dude. He didn't look like he was a shake, rattler, and roller. He didn't look nothing. He didn't look fruity at all, period. You know what I mean? So I never paid it no mind. Not even was I even trying to pay it no mind. But all I know is I don't know what had happened. I don't know what had happened. But the red team had a meeting with him. The red team had a meeting with him, and we was all on the basketball court. So this would made this kind of meeting public. Because if our part is on the basketball court and they at the corner of the basketball court talking to the big yard or talking to the yard across from us, like, it's everybody can hear. The dudes is balling, everybody's gonna hear it because you're on a little half court. It's not a big square or nothing like that. So everybody can hear the business. So they right there at the corner of the gate, and all you hear is a dude, another red team member dude from Portsmouth. He like, hey, look. He was like, hey, look, they say that dude you in the cell with, man. That dude you in the cell with shake, rattle, and roll, man. They was like, yo, you in the cell messing with him, man. That's what they said. It was like, you knew, people told you that man was on the other count, but he was a boy on another count, and you still let him stay in the cell with you. This word. Nephew was like, what? What you mean? I ain't know he was no boy. Who said he was a boy? Dude was like, man, it was another red team member across the fence. He was like, man, everybody told you. I didn't even know this information. That's because we stopped caring about what Nephew was doing for real. Like, you know what I mean? We ain't know what was going on with this, but me and B right there listening to all this. And the dude was like, man, I told you, man, that dude was a boy, man. He came from Augusta, man. He was a boy on Augusta, man. He was like, he just ain't a boy no more. He was a boy on Augusta, though. And we told you he was in the cell with you. He was like, man, I don't remember that. It was like a back and forth. And next thing you know, you hear it. So it was like a back and forth. Then you hear nephew like, man, no, man. They was like, yo, listen, bro, you about to get violated, bro. They was like, well, look, all right, if you don't know, that nigga gotta leave when you go back to your cell. They was like, all right, if you ain't know then, that nigga gotta get out as soon as you get back to your cell. Kick that nigga shit out. If that nigga ain't no motherfucking boy, if you ain't know that nigga was no boy and you ain't in there fucking with that nigga, kick that nigga out then. Kick that nigga the fuck out. So be like, I'm looking at B like, oh my God. I'm like, man, come on, nephew, man. Nephew out of control, man. Nephew done went from being on the blue team member to joining the red team, from joining the red team to the shake, rattle, and roll team, y'all. So boom. It's crazy how life works, man. But this is crazy, man. This is a young dude that's out of control and don't have no direction, man. He's just going any direction. He don't care what direction it is, man. So basically, they put him on blast and gave him an ultimatum. If this dude is not who you think he was, if you didn't know who this guy was, and the whole time you was just in the blind about him being in your cell, kick him out as soon as you get back to the cell. Kick him out since you get back to the cell. He was like, all right, that's no problem. Yeah, that's no problem. He was like, all right, I'm telling you, homie. We gonna be over there. I'm letting you know now. You're gonna get violated, homie. We telling you. He like, all right, man, listen. He gotta get out. Now the dude didn't even come outside. And he talk about his roommate. So me and B walk kind of like over by the water cooler. So I'm like, yo. I said, bro. I said, man, you heard what they say about your nephew? He was like, he ain't my nephew no more, Weezy. I said, man, shh. You heard what they said about him, no, man? He was like, yeah, I mean, he's saying, that dude, the boy in the cell. I said, man, I ain't never looked at dude like that. Man. I said, he look regular. He look like a regular smuggler. Pause. That's what he look like. You know what I mean? Brown skin dude, little skinny dude. You know what I mean? He like a regular guy. So I never had no clue. I was like, yo, so I said, you think? I said, he gonna have to kick dude. I said, man, nephew probably gonna beat dude brains in, man, if he ain't know that man was shake, rattle, and roll. I looked at B face was like, I said, what you looking like that for? He was like, nephew ain't right for real. I said, what you mean nephew ain't right? He said, cuz before I got locked up, he's like, I remember when he was in elementary, he got sent home, he got suspended. His mama had to go pick him up because he was in there touching other boys. I was like, what you mean touching other boys? He was like, he was just in there being fresh. I was like, man, I really didn't want to hear no more after that. But I'm like, so you think that got something to do with now? He was like, he ain't kicking him out, Weezy. I was like, what you mean he ain't kicking him out? I said, so you already knew he shake, rattle, and roll? He was like, no, I ain't know he shake, rattle. I said, how you know? Bees clean. I was like, he was like, Weezy. I was like, oh, I was like, bro, listen, bro. I said, well, how you acting like you know he shake, rattle, and roll? He said, no, I don't know. He said, but I know that happened when he was young. I said, bro, that's crazy, bro. He was like, yeah, that's real life, that happened. So I said, so you think he bisexual? Like, what you think? He was like, I don't know, man. He said, that's why he be lashing out trying to fight everybody. He just angry at himself, man. No, that's why I'm trying to help him. Weezy. That's family, bro. I said, bro, you can't help everybody, bro. I said, everybody that needs saving can't be saved, bro. And that's just a fact, man. He was like, man, I don't like it how this junk turned out, Weezy, man. He said, because I know him, man. He said, man, he ain't kicking dude out. He ain't gonna kick that nigga out, Weezy. Watch what I say. They open up the gate. It's time to go back. I look up. I see Nephew. Nephew got a t-shirt tied around his head like Memphis Bleak game. He got the whole T tied around his head. He walking down the boulevard like this, going back to the building. He like, look like he in super deep thought. We get in the joint. We go up the steps. We get back to our pod. When we get back in our pod, I look. I seen the dude that's in the cell sitting on the bench. I seen goddamn Nephew walk in. He was like, hey, me holler at you. You know what I mean? It was like another red team member that was in the pod with him. He was like, hey, look, back the fuck up. He told a nigga straight up, back the fuck up. Dude was like, man, go handle that business then. I was making sure you was straight. He like, nigga, fuck you, nigga. You ain't been hanging around me anyway, nigga. He told that nigga straight up like that. Red team member was like, nigga, looked at him back like, man. He go in the cell, boom, close the door, throw the cut up. I'm like, I'm just waiting to hear a pummeling. I'm like, that's how it was sounding in the pod. It was sounding like crickets, y'all, so boom. That joint was quiet so long. It was in a cell for a whole cell break. I promise you, everybody was like, well, the people that knew, I was like, yo, I went and sat at the table with B. I was like, yo, I was sitting down on the bench, not on the bench, the 4 table joint, the 4 seats. But I got my back to the joint. You know what I mean? B right there. I'm like, yo, he ain't beat dude up. I thought he wanted to beat. I told you he won't, man. Told you he won't. Cell break come. The cut come down. Look, seen Nephew walk to the shower like this. He had a shower bag. He go to the shower like this. He like, Nephew went and hopped in the shower game. I'm like, B was like, I told you, man. You know what I mean? I was like, that joke crazy, man. Look, I see that red team member. He on the top 10. He squatted down talking to the red team members at 4C. He like this. He telling them Nephew, but Nephew right there in the shower. Nephew can look up to see. Bro in the top 10 talking to some red team members. That's word. Nephew ain't care. Nephew went hot in the shower. Nephew ain't care. They said, stand by for child. Stand by for child. Everybody on standby for child. Early child on standby. They pop the door for early child. Early child pop the door. Next thing you know, you see like 5 dudes coming out block. 5 dudes coming to joint. Word. They blended in. I was like, oh my God. So we going to child first. So he was like, exit out for child. So they seen the joint. They was like, they stuck. They got to go to child with us. So they went to child with us. Nephew ain't go to child. His roommate ain't go to child. Niggas go. Damn. I was like, oh shit. I told B. I said, oh B, you see them niggas just came in the pod? B was like, yeah, I see him. He had his face like this. B was like, yeah, I see him. He was all serious. He think I ain't pinned that day. He was like, yeah, I see him. I was like, hey bro, listen, they about to get at. They about to get at Nephew, man. He was like, yeah, they gonna try. I said, what you mean they gonna try? He said, yeah, they gonna try. I said, bro, listen, you trying to tell me that you about to get in the middle of this madness right here, bro. This is about to be a civil war. You about to get in the middle of this civil war right here. He was like, you my blood, Weezy, man. I'm all he got. Like, if I don't stand up, who else is? He was like, you ain't gonna stand up, right? I said, fuck no. This thing What the fuck am I stand up for? I said, I'm not standing up for a nigga that want to lay down. Pause. I ain't mean to say it like that, but like that was a fact. I ain't standing up for a nigga that want to lay down. Like he got too much going on, bro. Like I ain't got nothing to do with that. Gonna keep me in shit. Fuck his little wild ass, man. To be honest with you, man. Like I'm just so happy I ain't clashed with this goddamn big head Ricky or boys in the hood looking ass. I'm like, man, I'm just happy about that. You know what I mean? He like, well, look, I ain't going out like that. Fuck that shit, man. Like I don't know what these niggas. I knew this was gonna happen. He was like, so look, this word B was like, B pulled out the hammer. I was like, I had to stop and look. Then I almost hit him with the Friday jump. What's that for? Like I had to, y'all. Like, what, bro? You done strapped up. I'm like, man, but what can I say though, man? B sticking up for his family. Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that, y'all. So boom, word, but B was strapped up. You got 5 red team members, 229 in our joint. I'm like, this joint crazy. So they probably got about an hour and a half, unless they just gonna go to the hole and crash out. I don't know. But all I know is since we went to child first, it was probably about an hour and a half before the lockdown. My word, we come back. That joint was like the long walk, we come back. My word, we come back, man. We go in the joint, man. I look, man, you seen bro right there. You know what I mean? B in front of me a little bit. So B kind of speed up when he hit the pod because he kind of could feel the tension before we got in there. So when we got in there, we looked. You seen a nigga Nephew. He was standing by his cell by 14. He's standing over there. You see all the red team members over there. So he in the joint. So he like, yeah, fuck that shit, man. He was like, look, I thought you was gonna kick this nigga out. I thought you was like, nah, fuck that shit. I changed my mind. Fuck that shit. He told me straight up, fuck that shit. I changed my mind. They was like, you changed your mind? What you change your mind about? Being gay? That's what you want. That's what you trying to do. You can't be homie and be gay. He was like, yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that homie shit. Yeah, I'm out that shit. Yeah, I'm out that shit straight up. It was like, oh, so you ready to get homie up for him? This word, the boy was stepping in the back like this. The boy was like this. He had his arms crossed like this. He was just watching the whole jump. Like he turned right back into a boy. He was like the whole time he was in the gym. I never even noticed he was like that. Like you like, no, I ain't kicking nobody out. Straight up. Straight up. Yeah. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. I don't want to be a red team member no more. Straight up. Straight up. Yeah. Yeah, that's my baby. So what? So what? I was like, man, he was the first dude from Norfolk. I have seen dudes from Norfolk shake, rattle, and roll and have boys and all type of stuff. But he was the first one, like, my age bracket that was like that. Aggressive, like, yo, sticking up for it. Like, it was just different, man. I'm just sitting back looking at this stuff like, this is out of control right here. This is crazy madness right here. He like, no, forget that. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't care. I don't care about that, man. I said, man. I said, yo, B pulled up on me. B was like, yo, Weezy, look, hold this fucking. I'm like, hold what? He was like, baby, hold it. I was like, man, for what, man? I said, I thought you was about to put work in. He was like, no, I ain't gonna use it. He said, I'm gonna fight. He said, because they ain't got no weapon. He said, I'm gonna fight. I said, bro, listen, bro. He was like, look, just hold the joint. I said, bro, listen, they come shake down what you want. He said, just get rid of it. I said, bro, I don't know where to put this joint. He said, man, look, just throw it away there, man. I said, bro, I'm letting you know now, bro. They lock us down, I'm throwing this stuff away, man. Because I didn't need it at the time, y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I didn't need it at the time. And I had access to one in the pod downstairs if I needed one in 4B. So I didn't need this. You know what I mean? He gave me a jump out this bitch. I'm like, bro, I don't want this, bro. So he gave me the jump, which was crazy. I'm like, so I get the jump. So they all right there. So I see B standing like on the side of the door. B like right here. You got Nephew standing by his door. And you got the boy inside the cell. It's 5 red team members. Nephew was like, man, let's get it over with then. Let's get it. He was like, all right, well, look, bro. Yeah, look. Y'all two going there and handle that. Get him out of there. He don't want to be homie. Get him out of there. Y'all going at it. He was kind of big dudes and everything. Nephew was like, come on. Come on. He told the gay dude, get out. Dude walked out. Dude, get out the cell. This word, Nephew going to jump first. First 2 dudes going there. This word, they going there. Jump. At first, I looked up. Nephew was like this. Under the light, he was balled up. They was getting it to him. They snapped out on Nephew. Next thing you know, I looked up. Nephew was like this. Boom, 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 boom. That nigga was moving super fast in the cell for his size. I'm looking like, only if I can move like that, man. He was like, boom, 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 boom. He just started beating both of them up. I'm like, what? I look, dude, drop. He dropped the dude by the light. Boom, dude fell. He get on the other dude. Boom, boom, boom. The other dude's going to join. I'm like, oh my God, this nigga start going bananas. Dude hit him. Boom, grab him. They in that joint tussling. I look, B going to join. B and the dude, him and B in there beating dude up. The other red team members going there. Now they fighting. I was like, I'm looking. I'm like, man, this joint crazy, man. This joint's a battle royal, man. I got this freaking Ginsu knife, man. I was like, man, this joint crazy, man. I ain't got to do with this. I ain't got to do with this, man. Nephew did a whole quadruple 360. I don't know what you want to call this, man, but this is all Nephew fault, man. They was in that joint rumbling super hard. Them niggas get out the joint. Word. They end up getting out the joint. Red team get out the joint. 2 dudes snuck out. 2 dudes was able to snuck out. They catch one dude at the end. So when they catch the one dude at the end, that's when they locked the par down. Because they was like, he was coming from our par. They was like, hey, he bleeding, all that. So they was like, he had been over here fighting. So they was like, lock the whole building down. Because they didn't know what to expect. So they locked the whole building down. So they pull us out on the line. When they pull you out on the line, they pull you out, everybody, top tier, then the bottom tier. Then they'll come through, tell you, lift your hands up, take your shirt off, see if you got any marks on your faces, your hands. And if you do, they locking you up right then and there. So they did their round. They came through. You know what I mean? They came through. When they got the B cell, they was like, let me see. They was like, all right, you sit there. People was like, hey, you got, they said, why you got a scratch right there? They said, hey, your eye got a little mark right here. What happened right there? He was like, man, that's old. He was like, it's old. So he was fighting, that's old, huh? Go sit over there. That's when I'm looking at B like, lock my bro B up. They put B over there at the table. They get to cell 14, Nephew and the boy get away with it. The boy won't fighting anyway, but Nephew get away with it. Man, Nephew got away with it, man, on everything, man. So they came through. Same thing, the 4C part, they went over there. They locked up two other red team members, man. They locked up 2 other red team members. So after it was all said and done, they locked up some red team members, man. Then they locked up B, man, which was the crazy whack thing about the whole thing, man. But it was wild because Nephew and that boy that he was in the cell with, man, they end up living happily ever after, man. Like, real talk. He just ended up growing up to be like a major shake, roller, and roller. I watched him through the years. I didn't stay in 4D with him that whole time, but like, for the rest of the time that I was in 4D, man, like, he just grew up to be somebody that became a little bit more humble, and everybody knew he could fight. But he was just like he graduated to shake, rattle, and roll school crazy, man. Like, he just was with it. He would go to church. They would be on the yard. He'd get the boy from Norfolk, that's a boy. He'd get them to do like a fake engagement for him and the dude when they was on the yard one day. I'm telling you, they was just all the way crazy with it, man. B got out the hole. The red team members got out the hole, man. But nothing, I think they ended up letting that junk go because it was basically like he was just taking up for his peoples, man. You know what I mean? So everything ended up getting breezed out, man. Like, I actually gave that hammer that B gave me, I gave that joint up, man, to another dude that he knew, and they held it because we didn't get shook down. I just didn't want to hold it. But he held it till he got out the hole, man. Gave him back his junk, man. For real, like I say. The young boy Nephew, man, he ended up living happily ever after, man. I lost track of him when I went to Louisville, but once I left 4D, I used to always see him on the yard, and every time you see him, he'll be out that joint, man. His word, he had a little size, so he'd be out that joint walking. You know what I mean? That same little picture toe jump, but he got his boy right there with him. They just on the yard, like, he just doing his laps. So, like, I used to see him, but he was super shake, rattle, and roller, man. Like, I didn't think that he was gonna go like that, but Nephew was crazy, man. Nephew was crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man, but that's the end of the damn story, though. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all know the count, man. Stay out the way, man. It's better to be out here than being there. I bet you that. That's all you need to know. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the weekend banger games. What did y'all do with this one? Like, subscribe to y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people. And stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.